Hi everybody, how are you all today? It's fantastic to be here, and this is just a quick live today, and it's basically I was meditating this morning and this thought popped into my head, and it's mainly because lately I have had quite a few ladies approaching me and asking me about relationships. So I've been thinking very much about what makes a good relationship, and having been through my past and being in a toxic relationship, I just kind of want to reach out and speak directly to those ladies, and there might be other ladies out there that have not come forward, because I know personally myself, when I was in a toxic relationship, it's not something you actually want to admit, and it's very hard to admit it. Well enough now, just thinking about it. It is really, because if you admit that there is something wrong, then it's almost like you feel like you failed. But just because something is going wrong and isn't working doesn't mean that it didn't once work. So you don't have to feel like you failed. So every relationship has its ups and its down. Hi Nicola. Hi Sue, how are you? Nice to see you. So as I was just saying, so every relationship has its ups and its downs. But if you find kind of you're feeling unhappy and you feel kind of stuck, and you're feeling unhappy much more than you're feeling happy with someone in your relationship, and I'm particularly talking about kind of like partner relationships, but it doesn't have to be partner relationships, it could be friendships as well. If you are feeling particularly unhappy in that relationship more than you are happy, then it may be time to assess whether this is the right friendship relationship for you. Because if you're feeling unhappy with something, you shouldn't have to suffer, because you are worth more than that. So perhaps it means that your relationship, this relationship where you're not feeling happy, it isn't giving you what you want or what you actually need. But maybe things have got to the point where they've got worse and they're toxic. So a toxic relationship can happen to absolutely anyone. Just because you're in a toxic relationship, that doesn't mean you're a weak person. Okay? I consider myself a very strong person, and I was in a toxic relationship. Anybody can get to the grips of either a toxic person or the relationship itself. Could have started out beautiful, but it can change, and it can start to turn into something that is much more harmful, and that can essentially poison your self-esteem, your happiness, and your well-being. So ask yourself this in order to assess whether you feel that you're kind of in a toxic relationship. Oh, and another thought that just kind of popped into my head, that I was just thinking that, as I was saying, a relationship could start being absolutely beautiful and you're with that person for a long time, but after time, sometimes when life happens and things happen to a person, like they might lose somebody, as in people in their family die, or situations like they go through financial difficulty, different things happen in your life, and then sometimes what happens is people don't always react very well to challenging and stormy situations in life. And that can bring out the toxic vibes, so to speak, and then it can build up from there. So I want you to kind of have a look and assess your relationship and think, to assess whether you feel that your relationship is or has become a toxic relationship. And as I said, it could just be a friendship, not just a partnership or relationship, but it could be that also. Think, does your partner or your friend, do they bring you down? So when I say that, I mean say things to put you down. I'm feeling tearful with this one because this was something in my past. It doesn't happen anymore. And I've actually moved on from that, and my relationship now with my ex-husband is completely different. But I think I'm getting emotional because I would hate, because I went through that, the thought of somebody else going through that makes me feel really emotional. So, thank you, Nicola. So, do they perhaps make you feel unsupported? And with that, I don't mean necessarily obvious things, like not kind of doing the cleaning for you and things like that. What I mean is maybe they don't support you in what you feel is important. So, for instance, if you have a belief, say for instance a spiritual belief, and they don't support you in trying to go forward with that, and to support you within making time for meditation and things like that, if they maybe perhaps belittle you and say that you're being silly and, you know, there is no higher power, that can make you feel very low and very unsupported. It might be that they have some positive characteristics, and they often will do, because obviously you fell in love with them. But if there are destructive traits there as well, the positive behaviour doesn't outweigh it. Sometimes in relationships they can make you feel hooked as well, like you can't do without them, and that you wouldn't be able to survive without them. But it also could be like you're completely besotted by them and you're so in love with them. But just be careful with that you're not losing sight of you as well. It could be that they undermine your feelings. They could do this publicly, or they could possibly do it privately, so they and then make you feel belittled again. It could be that there's things going on that are making you doubt yourself and making you doubt what is going on, making you doubt your gut instincts, and making you feel insecure because of the way that they are treating you. If you answered yes to quite a few of these, then you could be in a toxic relationship. So if you need support, I've been through this, and please do reach out if you feel that you need further support, because I am here to serve you. And I have been there, and because I've been there, I so want ladies to not feel alone and not feel stuck and not feel like they haven't got anybody to support them, because I would have loved that. But I did it. I managed to find spirituality which made me not feel alone, and that was my way through it. So through a toxic marriage, through mindset tools, I chose to listen to the universe, and I allowed myself to be guided in a different way, and I allowed myself not to put my husband's feelings first. I put my own. And my life changed from complete desperation to a life living in joy. So if you change your thinking, you can change your life. Ah, thank you, Nicola. That was lovely. Ah, she's just put, you are an amazing support. I've been there and I would have loved someone like you to help me. Thank you very much, Nicola. That means so much to me. That really does, from the bottom of my heart. So I want to say to any ladies where any of this has made sense, I would like you to step in to your power. My mission is I want to help ladies to be the best version of themselves. So I'm a spiritual mindset and empowerment creator, and I empower ladies to regain true purpose into their lives, to create loving relationships with other people and themselves, using spirituality and creative mindset tools, because I've got a theatre and visual arts background as well, so I try and kind of combine the two together to make this fabulous explosion. So what I want to do is help you unlock the key to unhappiness and allow abundance to pour into your lives. So when I do this, and when I did this myself, I concentrated on the following areas: releasing any kind of blocks, limiting beliefs about yourself or about the situation, and basically your resistance to receiving your dream life, and work through it. Then reconnecting to you and your desires and what makes you tick. Also, this is a big one, so reclaiming your self-worth, getting your confidence back, your trust in you, and empower you. So I discovered the tools to change my life, and I want you to discover the tools to change your life, to receive with ease. So I follow a spiritual practice, and I do this religiously every day. If you are able to take on some of the things that I have learned, you will walk away a changed person with a future full of opportunity. I promise you. So that was what I felt urged to say today. I think I've talked a little bit longer than I expected, because once I got going, I couldn't stop. So I'm going to leave you with that and leave you with food for thought. And I'm going to let you get on with your day. It's lovely to see you all here. Have a beautiful day. If you need any further support, then please do reach out. Take care, everybody.